Joining us now is cardiologist and the host of the Good Doctor TV, Dr. Dave Montgomery. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Great to be with you.
Can you give us a feel of what the timeline is in a situation like this?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I think it's on everybody's mind. And while I don't have the exact detail, the likelihood, Larry, was that after his cardiac arrest, they went through a protocol called hypothermia. We literally cool the body down. The overall goal there is just to save as much brain and heart as possible. That's a 24-hour period. And then you rewarm the body, right? And that's another 24-hour period. After that, you start to see what kind of neurologic and cardiac function that Hamlin will have on his own. Today, here we are at that period where we're going to be seeing, as they pull away sedation and things like that, how much neurologic function, simple things like opening your own eyes, responding to commands, moving your limbs. Those are really, really critical things. And they're going to be doing that today. What we've heard from the family a couple days ago was that he required less oxygen. And so that's really good because the ICU doctors, the standard of care is every day, let's try to withdraw a little bit of the life support, particularly oxygen, see if he can do the work on his own. And I think, that's going to be the critical questions today for the physicians and for Hamlin.
Is it something that the public would get knowledge of neurological milestones as early as today? Because it seems it's not something that's going to happen right away when he opens his eyes, and then we'll hear about it, correct?
Yeah, and I'm also thinking that the family is going to be quite protective of this information, as you can imagine,
right,
just from their own standpoint, but also just not wanting to move out ahead of this too soon. So we may not hear, for another day or so, how he's doing.
Talk about, when you look at this hit, there wasn't anything unusual about it. And I've heard that like in Little League, it happens quite a bit, like a direct hit to the chest. As often as people get hit in sports, it doesn't happen more. Can you give us some insight on that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And we see it probably more often, at least the data suggests that we see it more with sports like lacrosse and baseball and softball, right? When you can get, or hockey, right? You can get that puck right to the chest. It doesn't happen very much in football. I mean, history tells us it doesn't happen very much in football, but that also presupposes that that's exactly what happened. And when you look at the hit, I went frame by frame, Larry. And when I look at the hit, I'm not really absolutely sure. Obviously, we are all speculating. We may never know what the exact cause of the arrest was, but I still think that we should be thinking of other causes and other reasons for him to have had an arrest. Yeah,
like an underlying condition, possibly.
An underlying condition, which is, so we can definitely get the information from that. And if the family is willing to share something like that, the doctors can back into something like that. When he goes into the hospital, they do all, manner of evaluations to see if he had a heart problem. We will know that if they're willing to share. But there are other things, and I've said this before, that if you look at frame by frame, there's still the possibility, that he sustained a blow to the chin. Remember, he went back like this.
Oh, yeah.
And it caused a traumatic brain injury, like a concussion, right? So the connection there with the heart is that you can have a traumatic brain injury that in rare cases, this is rare, causes a traumatic cardiac arrest. Rare, but it can happen. And if you remember how he did, when he stood up, he sort of grabbed at his face mask. He didn't, shake. He didn't move at his chest. He grabbed his face mask, all circumstantial evidence. He grabbed his face mask, and then he went back down. Now, remember, we saw this earlier in the year, too. Tua, right? He stood up and then went down. I'm not saying we know that's what it is, but we've got to think of other possibilities here.
Well, fascinating. Dr. Montgomery, thanks again for joining us. You can follow Dr. Montgomery on Instagram. Have a good day.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Great to be with you.